Welcome in today's episode. Thank you for tuning in. This video has been requested by Tuka Chris of Japan. We're going to talk about how to make long distance relationship
Lagot
work.
ka sa akin, Chris.
And just to make a disclaimer, we are not a relationship expert here. We are talking to you based on our experience and observations and some reading as well. Before we move on to tip number 1, I just want to quickly share with you Christian Filipina, which is a dating website established in 1990 and has since received and awarded by this reputable organization. So if you're interested of finding someone you want to know and maybe try to check this website, I have provided an affiliate link below. You can actually make an account for free, but if you decide to upgrade within 60 days of making that account using my affiliate link, I would receive a commission fee. So definitely check that out for yourselves and see if that works well for you. Now, tip number 1, it is important to have an open communication. What I mean by this is you must tell him or her every single detail of your story, like whatever happened to you that day, just share it to him or her. And it could be like nonsense to other people, but you need to be connected and you need to be honest with your feeling towards him or her. Like if you don't like what happened in your day, or if you don't feel good, whatever you feel, just let him or her know so that he or she could address that feeling and you could like make an action plan and work on things that could make that gap fill.
Basically, it's just talking every day. Reporting to one another. What's going on with my life? How did your day end? Just like that. And it's so easy having this because we have internet these days compared to our ancestors, right?
True. There could some challenges like low internet connections,
Walang pambili ng load.
and you haven't paid your internet, whatever the reason, but it is not that huge compared to our grandfathers. They used to write love letters and send it to the post office, right? So it's quite doable these days. Just an open communication, regular, that's what you said, like every single day. You just have to stay connected and be open. We said open communication because you don't have to hide something. If you feel like I'm so drained with my work, like I'm running out of cash, or I have this hard to deal with coworkers, whatever is that, just have that open communication. If you feel like I don't love you anymore or this time, just let him or her know, because we've been there. Like we've been in 7 years long distance relationship, and I keep telling my husband, who was my boyfriend before, that sometimes I don't miss you. I don't think I love you sometimes, but it's I don't really mean that.
Nagkasawaan na sa pagmumukha.
I don't really mean that, but I am just being true to myself too.
What you're saying is that whatever that happens, whatever or bad emotion that you want to say, you can totally be honest and then tell to your partner.
Which leads us to tip number 2, which is your tip.
We've been using this and it's really helpful, and that is honesty policy. Me and Ben, we have honesty policy ever since we started, because I believe that not telling him something is same as lying. So I really have to, because for us, not with you, but just the two of us, me and Ben, we started getting to know each other online. So I have this fear to get into this relationship without really knowing the person. So that's why we really talk about things that really matters. For example, his experiences that mold him into who he is now, and that will also lead me to better understand him as a person. So that's why we develop 10 policies actually. So honesty is just one of them, and I believe this is very important.
I like when you said that not sharing is a form of lying. Sometimes you're not comfortable of telling that specific detail in your of your day to your partner, and that could be a lie, especially if like somebody like say something to you, or like a form of flirting or admiration to you. Definitely your partner needs to know that specific event, right? Which is again related to have an open communication. Status. If you've been married before, or you have your exes before, ex-girlfriends, your partner definitely needs to know that. And what else? Financial status. Don't hide any form of debts, any form of whatsoever past history, because that's just detrimental in the relationship that you're going to make, or like you're going to build a family.
Yeah, love is acceptance, right? You can't accept a person if you're not being totally honest with them.
Yes, correct. And so if you've been like abused in the past, something happened to you in the past, definitely let your partner know that right now. Because you cannot say I love you to a person unless you've known that person, whole thing about that person. Because that's what you said, love is acceptance. So definitely don't say I love you to someone unless you know him or her totally. Well, like, it's really hard to know the person 100%, but at least 95% of that person, right? So number 3 is avoid sharing your emotion to an opposite sex or to someone who might be interested with you. I mean, I heard a lot of stories about this one, that your relationship with your partner is a little bit rough, and then you tend to share your feelings to this person who is like asking you, hey, how have you been? And he or she is just asking because he or she is trying to maybe get you from your partner, right? So definitely avoid that private conversation, because without knowing it, you've been sharing your heart to him or her, and then you fall in love, or maybe you've been deceived because you are emotionally down. So when we are emotionally down, especially we girls, we tend to talk a lot, we tend to share a lot of things. So for example, this you feel down because your partner forgets your birthday or a special occasion, and there's this random people or maybe a friend who is like attracted to you, and it's like trying to interrogate your feeling, and because you are emotionally down, you tend to express your feelings, emotion to him, and then he would tell you like, if you're my girlfriend, I would surely treat you right, I wouldn't treat you like that. And well, that happened without knowing it. Your attention is now focused to that person because you think that this person will treat me right, but guess what, you just met this person right now, or maybe a month or 2, but you've been with your long distance partner for years. I mean, you've been through a lot of time together. And sometimes because you are just emotionally down and you're not careful of the things that you have been sharing with this person, then your attention was like shifted, or maybe you've been deceived by that emotion, and that could be scary sometimes, right?
Just be faithful. Number 4 is make memories as much as you can. Like me and Ben, we've been dating online, of course, for years. Okay, so we have this policy. It's once a month we go out and have a date. So you can, it's possible nowadays. You can just bring your phone in a restaurant or your favorite, just in the park or wherever you want. You can dress nice, right? And yeah, then you can take photos. So for me, that's memory still there. And it can be his birthday, my birthday. We never miss a chance to, or any reason for us to have a date. We do that.
Number 5 is remember special occasions. And I've already mentioned that earlier about that drama because your partner forgets your birthday or anniversary, right? But you can always plan ahead, and a lot of people have been doing this already. Like you can free deliver a flower during Valentine's Day, right? Ben did that to you. Like he went to like a Filipino store here and then connect it to the Philippines, and then voila, your flower is there. So things like that. And you can also like maybe send a video of your harana or a message, whatever. So just for me, even a simple greetings or again a love letter, appreciation, I would appreciate that, especially for women. If they're like acting weird, then men, try to think that you might have forgotten some special occasions that day. So definitely put that in your calendar, her birthday, your anniversaries, and stuff like that.
Not all
Number 6 is it is important to pray together, because we're Christians and we believe that it is just not myself and our partner, but there's always God at the center of everything. So we always end up our video chatting with a prayer. And sometimes like I have to sit all this down because I cannot pray if I'm still mad at you. So that also makes us force us to be reconciled with each other, because before we can pray, of course, we need to have that right heart, right, with God. So it's really good to pray together with your partner. Hi, and of course, Olivia's here. Okay, what
Time's
else?
up, mommy.
So yeah, that's our 6 ways or tips that we think is important to make your long distance relationship work. Let us know which one of this is working for you right now if you're in a long distance relationship, and give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed this conversation, and let us know what other topics that you want to hear in our next episode. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for my guest. Until my next video. Bye.
Number 7. Number 7.
So number 7. Joke lang.
Number 7.
Is it is important to have an open communication with your partner. And again, I'm talking here mostly it's like boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, but I think this can also apply to long distance couple if like circumstance for some reason. Oh, Mia?